Back in training this week, how does it feel?
Feels nice. I was like a little giddy kid today. First day back in with the lads, so that was nice. Obviously did a warm up and then some pitch runs with Aid. So yeah, all coming along nicely.
And in terms of your return to the first team, have you put a time frame on that? Do you...
Not really. Obviously, hopefully fully train next week, which will be great. And then obviously see where the manager sees me and sees if I'm fit enough, or which I can add something or whatever. So obviously next week is something that I'm looking to get some real good training in, and then see where I'm at after that.
You were of course injured in the reverse fixture early in the season on Boxing Day. It's quite remarkable that you've come back and you're still got a part to play in the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean at the time I probably thought that was the season done. With what happened with the injury, but thankfully the operation went really well and put me in a position where I'm able to hopefully play a big part towards the end of the season and see where it takes us.
You also went to St George's Park as well as part of the
yeah.
FA.
I had 2 great weeks there. Especially at the early part of my injury was really beneficial to be able to use their equipment and some of the facilities there is obviously second to none. So to be able to get that at the front end of my rehabs probably helped me out at the back end and probably got me back sort of 2-3 weeks ahead of schedule, which is good.
And what about the medical staff here as well? I suppose they've been a massive help.
Yeah, they don't have to say anything. No, they've been. AD works incredibly hard with all of us, and juggling so many players. Him and Jess is obviously a difficult job, but through this whole period, I feel I'm fitter than I've probably been before coming back from injuries, and that's all down to Aid and his hard work that he puts in with not only me but everyone. So I feel sharp, I feel fit. So hopefully when I go back into training, I won't be too far behind the lads, and same as I say, can play a big part towards the end of the season.
You've watched a few games at St James's Park and seen the lads playing. How are you like as a fan in the stands?
I'm not great. Obviously, it's difficult when you can't affect anything. So I try to do as much as I can around the ground and before the games. But it's never a pleasure when you're watching and not being able to contribute on the pitch. But same as I say, I try to do as much as I can around the club, around the community while I've been injured. Yeah, it is what it is, but we have to get on with it.
This side have been on a good run at home recently, and it's created quite a good atmosphere at St James's Park as well. And when you look at the running in the fixtures, 5 of the last 8 are going to be at home, so it's important that home fans get behind the side, I suppose, and try and create a good atmosphere at St James's Park.
Yeah, I mean, the fans have been different class to this period now. I think it's. The one thing is that what I would say is that there's not been, atmospheres like Liverpool, other games, Plymouth, that I can think of on the top of my head. The atmospheres are incredible and probably some of the best atmospheres I've played in my career. So, I think for the 5 games coming up now at home, if we can have, anywhere near that kind of support and an atmosphere at St James's Park, it's only going to help the team, help the club, and help everyone in where we want to go at the end of the season. And their voices, their support, the atmosphere that they can bring to the ground is vital. And if they can suck in a few goals towards the end of the season, it might just be the difference.
I mean, it just gives you that little bit of extra energy, I suppose, when the big band get going.
Yeah, the whole ground. Same as I say, I hark back at the Liverpool game, and I've not. There's not many atmospheres that I've been involved in that was as good as that. You talk about a little ground like Exeter's. To produce that kind of atmosphere that night was ridiculous. It was brilliant to play in, brilliant to be involved in, and if we can have anywhere near that kind of atmosphere for the next 5 games, it's going to help us to where everyone wants to get to.